Hey guys, thanks for checking out today's broadcast. My hair's a mess. This is your first time checking out my broadcast. My name is Jonathan, and today is day 205 of my 3-year challenge. A little bit about me and what my challenge is. My whole life I've been overweight, and last year I really got out of control with everything going on, and I ended up spending most of last year, and for a while I've been over 500 pounds, and so I decided it was time I needed to do something. So at the end of last year I started this challenge. For me, it I didn't want to just try to lose weight again and kind of have the same thing happen that happens every time. Either I stick to a diet for a little bit and get knocked off, or I commit and I just go for the long haul and I get to a goal. And then once I get to that goal, I don't really take the time to learn how I should be eating, because I just spent that time eating low calorie diet to get to my goal weight. And so inevitably I would end up failing and going up higher than I had been, getting heavier than I had been previously, until I got to 520 pounds. So this time I really wanted to go in and commit to doing something for as long as it takes. And I figured, kind of, somewhat arbitrary, but if I stuck to something for 3 years, I knew that I would be, if I stuck to this for 3 years, that I'd be able to get to my goal weight in that time, and I would actually have time to maintain at that weight. Or, if not, if I don't get to that goal weight in the 3 years, at least I'm working the entire time to get to that point. And the other is that, a lot of times my goals have been to get to a better weight, a more healthy weight. A lot of times for me, it's getting down under 285 to 275 pounds, I feel like, is what is a good weight for me. And in reality, I should be down in the low 200s, for being 6 foot tall. That's kind of where I should be. So I set a much larger goal than normal, than I normally do, and that was to lose 300 pounds. So my goal is to lose 300 pounds in 3 years. I got Carrie and Jennifer stopping in saying hi. Hi, guys. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Uh, I know it was busy around the house getting stuff ready, cleaned up, and with the weather was really nice this weekend. So we were able to get out and do a lot of stuff out in the yard and be outside, because I didn't load it up. I don't know what I was thinking. I got my results back from my blood work. I will bring it in tomorrow and try to get them scanned into the system so that I can kind of show my blood work. Everything was pretty good. One of the cholesterols was high and one was low, so I don't know what that means, but it wasn't enough that the doctor had any concerns about anything. It's just what was ever on the grid. It just said that one was high and one was low. Uh, but I'll try to get that loaded up for tomorrow, so I have that. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, or if have any questions or anything, I'd love to hear those as well. I had a couple non-scale victories that I was going to share here today, and I actually took some photos. One of them is actually something I could have talked about last week, and I will pop it up here. But so I've been to the doctor a few times, not much for myself in the past 5 years, but for family members and things like that. And one of the things that I run into a lot is when you go to a hospital, or a place, you end up having to sit in their waiting room, and a lot of times the chairs in the waiting room are kind of fixed side chairs. I'm sure that helps for people that need, to be able to have a hard, to push up, to stand up. But for me, being a big guy, you feel real tight sitting in those chairs. And I've talked about this a lot, but I ended up taking a photo here to kind of show what I'm talking about. I believe it's this one. No, it's this one here. Image one. Okay. So, and this is the two different chairs that I see in waiting rooms. So there's the regular, my hands are backwards, so I'm going to like this. There's the regular size chair there, and then there's like the, I don't know if you call it a handicap or a chair and a half. It's, I suppose it's for, I mean, it's for larger people. I mean, but I don't know that they market it that way. It might be like for a parent and a kid. That's kind of what I always assumed, is it was designed for a parent and a kid to sit next to them. But anytime that I've walked into a waiting room in the past 5 years, without hesitation, I would go to that wider chair, without even, I mean, it was essentially, it's there provided for me to sit in, is the way I feel. So, um, but at the same time, there is a bit of embarrassment, or I feel like there's been occasion where I've gone to a waiting room that had chairs like this, and somebody was already in like the only one of those that was there, or, and so, you end up sitting in the smaller chair, cause sometimes, especially like when you go to a pediatric, the nice thing about those chairs is you can sit there and you can have a diaper bag right next to you, or you can have your kid. So, um, anyways, my non-scale victory part of this is that I was at the doctor and I was able to sit in the regular width chair without any problem. And I feel, yeah, it's just kind of a weird, I'm sure that different people think different things when they see that wide chair, or somebody sitting in a wide chair like that. But it was something that is, I suppose it's a source of embarrassment that you end up using that chair as somebody that's, 520 pounds. And so it is nice to be able to say I didn't have to use that chair. And so that kind of, I suppose, leads right into my next non-scale victory, in that I had, like I mentioned, it's getting a lot nicer outside, and so our wardrobe is changing a bit, and I have started looking for some shorts, that are in the back of my dresser, and some other things to wear now that it's nicer out. And I have a pair of mesh shorts that are actually similar to the black pants that I am wearing in my before photo, but the shorts are 5XL. They're 5XL shorts that were in the back of my dresser drawer that I pulled out of my dresser to wear. And I was like, oh, I should put these on because it's, I found, anyways, I was going to wear them, and I pulled them up and I was really surprised. So the last time I don't even know, it could have been, not that long ago, but it was probably in the summer. It was probably before I started all of this. I doubt that I would have had this since the fast. I don't believe I've worn them since then, but I had put them on and they were still tied from the last time I wore them. And I think it's this one here. Yeah. So this is just a picture of me in front of a mirror here, but my the diffs, I mean, it really surprised me. And like I said, it was one of the first times, like, I've gotten rid of my old belt, because I had put some new notches in it, and that I'm not really wearing the pants that I would have worn then anymore. Like those, I don't even try to wear the jeans that are that big. I have some smaller ones anyways. So for me to grab those and put them on and just have there be inches of room, not just like a little bit of room, but to, like, I mean, my whole fist, I had a photo, I didn't put it, but like my fist fits between the outer edge of that and my body. And I, I mean, I probably had them tied really tight too, like for when I was that size. So it's just crazy for me to have had that kind of visualization of that unexpected. Like it was something, it might have been Saturday morning that kind of it set a great, it was great for the day, you know, like I just felt good the rest of the day that I've made that big of a difference, you know, like if I was laying, like I laid on my bed and kind of pull, and just to think of how much fat I would have had to have had around my body, you know, like because that's not all just from the front, you know, like that's from, and that's um so to have that kind of visualization was a huge victory for me mentally, uh, especially over like where I was last year at the same time. Um, and so those were kind of my two big um, non-scale victories from the weekend here. Let me pull this off here. I think that was kind of the two big things I had. You know, this weekend we were, you know, I mean, continuing to be more active, which is awesome. I uh, probably ate too much Ezekiel bread. I think I'm relying on some of those things a little too much for just curbing my appetite. I might need to find some other things to eat for that. And then, but overall, the satisfaction with the food has been really good. We have you know, Carrie made another, it was like a quinoa meal. In fact, I had quinoa twice yesterday. I had it in a salad and then I had it in like a chili that Carrie had made for dinner. And the both times it was the salad, it really didn't affect the flavor at all because the dressing, you know, kind of takes over the flavor of that. But the dinner we had, again, you know, I'm just really happy that I'm getting used to these flavors and I'm finding satisfaction in the foods I'm eating. Um, and that has been, again, a great part of this whole diet is that I'm able to eat a lot of variety of things. Harry says you might be having quinoa again tonight in an Indian dish. I can't read that. DAL. I don't know what dal means, if that's the name of the Indian dish. Um, yeah, you know, I mean, that's something that it's funny to think that I will have had that much quinoa in 2 days. You know, how many times is that? And then, you know, it's a food or an item that I never would have ever picked up. It's the name of the Indian fish. Okay. I don't know what that means. Indian dish. Okay. I was like, fish? That doesn't make any sense. All right. So yeah, okay, that's what I thought. It was the name of the Indian dish. Um, but yeah, you know, it's been a busy day here today too. We had a lot going on this morning and the AC still is not fixed in my office, and that's pretty annoying. It's a little bit warmer this afternoon than it was throughout the day. Probably wasn't until about the last hour that it started to get uncomfortable in here. Uh, and so that's kind of annoying because we're trying to get that fixed and they just don't have any answers for me on that, which is not cool. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of here today now because uh, I'm kind of hot and I'm sweating and uh, yeah. But it was a great weekend. Everything went really well for us over the weekend. Kids were able to get outside and we were able to get a lot of work done around the house. So this week, as far as schedule for me, I'm planning on being on again, you know, every day this week. I might have to go out of town at the end of the week, but I think that that's going to have to get pushed until, I don't know, next week or the following week, but that's getting later than I want it to be. So anyways, I am going to get out today. If you haven't already, make sure that you do subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell icon to turn on notifications so you'll get notified when I go live. I do have an Instagram account that is at Fasting. That is FAHSTING. And then there's also a Discord you can join, that the description to the Discord is down in the link below. That should be active for about a week. I am just sweating my all over. This is awful. So you can join the Discord. You can ask questions there. You can introduce yourself. Let us know what you're doing to lose weight, or if you need any help trying to find the right way for you, then that's a great place to join there. So anyways, like I said, that's going to be it for me today. If you haven't started a diet already, there's no reason not to start today, right now. There's no reason to put it off. It's worth it to start now. It's it's changed my life, and I definitely recommend that if you're wanting to start, you just got to start doing something, But anyways, we will see you guys tomorrow, and I'm just a hot, sweaty mess. Need to start a AC fund or something. All right, guys, you all have a great day.